Hello everybody, Legos101 here, and we are back for another video, and in this video we're doing something just a little bit different. My friends and I decided to go into a Scientology building. So, yeah. Without further ado, hope you enjoy the video, and I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Alright boys, this is it. Are y'all ready? I hope this works. Not too, well.
I was about to say what's my one. Welcome. Alrighty. So I guess we go over there. We go over there. See what over there, man. Maybe. I guess in there. Another one. Maybe level 6. Come in for the tour. Oh, they have a tour. Ladies first.
Oh, hey.
How can I help you?
We're here for a tour.
You're here for a tour?
Yes.
Did you schedule it?
Oh,
no.
no, we just saw the sign right there.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh,
I just wanted to know if anyone knows about it. If not, why don't you sign in for starters? Where is the sign in? Yeah, just sign in here. Yeah. Your name and time.
What's it?
Yeah.
Happy holidays to all of you.
Thank you. You too.
While we're at it.
Thank you.
Are you from here?
We're not from here. We're all from California.
California?
Yes.
Yeah.
What brings you to Arizona?
We just graduated college, so we're just traveling. So,
Have you been in Phoenix before?
one time before.
For me, it's my first time here.
Oh wow, you came at the right time of the year. It's possible to have a nice time outside. If you come in summer, it's a little warmer.
I bet. Yeah, I can live out here during the heat.
Yeah, this last summer was quite intense. I think we had about 113 days of 100 and above in a row.
That's insane. I mean, California gets hot too, but not as that hot.
No, it gets up to 115 pretty constantly during July and August. Anyway, so these nice people here are here for a tour. They just came in, they just saw it, they were traveling after graduation and things like that to see the world.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And they came to the most crucial part of the world, Phoenix, Arizona.
Wonderful. I'll need you all to complete a welcome card as well.
All right, take care, guys.
Have a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
One for you.
Happy holidays.
One with a pen. One for you. And one here. You're welcome. Well, welcome. It is 12:38.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's 21st?
Yes, it's the 21st. December 21st.
So is this your full-time job?
I also do other things as well, but yes, this is my job, yeah. What do you consider a lot?
I don't know. That's a good question. Alright, let's say like more than 50.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah? Okay.
We hold events here too as well. We had a Filipino immigration event here a
Ooh,
couple weeks
nice.
ago that brought in about 250 people.
Oh, wow.
So we have an interfaith sort of a connection throughout the community.
Oh, I see. Okay.
moving, so I'm not going to have to get down yet. It has to get situated.
Where are you moving to?
I'm moving to San Bernardino, California.
Oh,
So I'm still trying to get that all situated. So I'm not going to put address down yet until I get a percent. Is that okay?
Sure. That's fine.
So it was my dorms, but I obviously graduated, so now I'm not doing it.
So what college did you graduate from?
Graduated from Cal State Northridge.
Oh, okay, CSUN.
Yes,
Okay, my best friend went to CSUN. Nice. What was your major?
psychology.
Oh, very cool. My daughter just graduated with a degree in psychology from UC Riverside.
That's cool.
So you guys are in town from California?
Yeah.
You have family here?
No, we were just graduate college. We're like, let's just drive for a little bit. And then get to know
So you guys all graduated from CSUN?
well, most of us did. Some of us are from like different colleges in the area. We were all friends.
Very cool. Are you guys all the same major?
No. History.
I think. History.
History?
Computer science, poli-sci, and I don't know what it is.
Psychology.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Nice, nice. I started out in a poli-sci major.
Oh, what happened? What changed?
My mom got sick, so I took up nursing.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah. Life kind of determines what your major is and how things
Yeah,
go.
I originally was electrical engineering. Psychology.
Oh, wow.
We were forensic psychology. I'm going for a master's.
That's a big switch.
Yes.
What's on the switch for you?
I think I had stuff going on, so kind of let me grasp what's going on.
Okay.
So
How many years between you and your sister?
quite a few. I'm born in 03. She's born in 10. So
Oh, 7 year difference. Okay.
she's the baby of the family. So
So is she going to college too, or?
eventually, but I mean, she's also just started. She's in 8th grade, so she still has time.
Yeah, it's good to have a role model like you around, for sure. So have you guys watched our television network? Have you seen any of our programs on TV?
We were just driving by and we saw like the Scientology building. And we're like, that looks
I'm
interesting.
just curious about it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, Phoenix, Arizona is the birthplace of Scientology.
Really? Oh, so we're in the right place.
I didn't know.
Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard discovered it in a house right up the street, and the Department of Interior's rehab his home. So once you become a Scientologist or you buy a book or get on search.
It's okay. I mean, it's Phoenix. It's kind of close to the territory. I could not live here in the summertime. I see like videos and stuff. People like leaving their car and like melted like their work. I'm like, no.
Yeah, the steering wheel of the car is hot to touch.
You see like oven mitts. Yeah, I saw one person did that. Like they had oven mitts in their car, like because it was like a black. They had like a leather thing on their steering wheel, and they had oven mitts like for the wheel.
Oh my god, that's extreme.
I'm like, I don't know if it's that hot, but it's probably definitely for social media. But like that's crazy.
I moved here in December of 22. And I said, I want to live within 15 minutes of this church because I know it's the famous area in the entire city. So it's kind of what
Wait, sane?
Most sane.
Oh, most sane. Oh, okay, I heard it wrong. Okay.
Most sane. Okay.
Wait, sorry, what would you consider spiritual technology?
Spiritual technology is something I can show you. It's a part of our Dianetics, part of the book. Dianetics, where you hold hands on our electrocyclometer, we call it the E-meter, and I guess you can give me your cards, and I'll show you what spiritual technology is. So you're Anita and Andrea. Nice to meet you, Anita. And who's Michael?
I'm Michael.
Hi, Michael.
How you doing?
Andrea. Well, nice to meet you. And you are.
It's Lithuanian. It's Litmabuls. It's Lithuanian.
It's Lithuanian?
Lithuanian, yes. European, next to Russia.
Okay.
I'm Lithuanian.
Our course supervisor is Russian.
Oh,
I speak some Russian as well. I mean, sort of some Russian.
Oh, really?
So I'm not fluent.
Ah.
Lithuanians, though, we aren't the best with the Russians only because they did invade Lithuania. So, but it's water bridge. It's in the past. Да.
Lithuania? Hungarian? No? Austrian. Yes. Okay.
Good eye.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Jesus.
Yes, Jesus.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you too, Jesus. Yeah. So he's from Lithuania.
Right.
Yeah. I was telling them all welcome. So let's get started on the tour. You ready?
Huh?
Do you speak Russian in Lithuania?
No.
Just Lithuanian?
Just Lithuanian.
He speaks a little Russian.
Добрый день.
Добрый день.
What does that mean?
Where are you from?
From California. Well, I'm not Russian. I learned Russian at school. So I took one course and
Okay, well,
try to
very
learn as
good.
much as possible.
Привет.
Хорошо.
All right. What'd you guys say?
You said hello, and I said, okay.
Okay, it's okay. All right.
Labai smagu. Gerai. Very good.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get you started on the tour. This is our television network. We have currently documentary showcases on air, and we kind of go out throughout the world doing documentaries on different cultures and societies. We have 11,000 partnerships throughout the entire world. So this is our information center. This is a welcome card for you.
Daug knygai. Atsiprašau. Lot of books.
Yes.
It's like a library.
Yes.
Yes.
Kind of like a library for mental health
Oh, okay.
and mental well-being, and so spiritual freedom as well.
Oh.
So our founder, his name is L. Ron Hubbard, and he wrote the books Dianetics. Dianetics. Yes. Dianetics. So Dianetics is the modern science of mental health by L. Ron Hubbard, and it reveals the previously unknown source of nightmares, unreasonable fears, upsets, and insecurities. It contains the technology to free you from it. So the word Dianetics comes from the Greek dia, which means through, and nous, which means mind or soul. Dianetics is what the mind or soul is doing to the body. Okay? So there's a time track. Throughout every moment in your life, your mind records everything that's happening to you. And these recordings are stored as mental pictures. There are, L. Ron Hubbard discovered two parts of the mind. Your analytical mind, which is most of your memories are stored in the conscious portion of your mind, the part that thinks, calculates, and makes decisions. And then you also have your reactive mind, where painful memories are stored called engrams and are buried within the reactive mind, where they react later without you even knowing it. Yeah. So there's something kind of like emotional intelligence or EQ. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that. But up until the age of 8, your emotional intelligence is developed. So how you emotionally respond to situations in your life. If you're not consciously aware of that and thinking analytical about how you're emotionally responding, then that could interfere with your life goals and aspirations. Yeah.
For this, is this like flashbacks before you die? Like the moment that you die, you just receive all these flashbacks.
That's what I hear. Yeah. But this is more
Like big milestones.
have you seen the movie, that cartoon Inside Out?
Yeah, like the core memories.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
that
that. Like that, yeah. It's like an animation sort of a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's talking about, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, these would be like core memories.
Yeah, core memories.
Like things that you would remember even like it was like when you were younger.
Yeah. So I will show you our first what is Dianetics movie here, and you can learn a little bit about it.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. And since you're experienced in psychology, yeah, I thought it would be good for you to see this. But typically, we usually start off with footage of our founder, L. Ron Hubbard, over here. Well, that doesn't seem to be starting right now. But this is the purification rundown. This is where a program we have that gets rid of the toxins in your body. This is the way to happiness here. It looks like it's starting now.
For centuries, many scientists and philosophers have been studying the convolutions of human thinking. The longer the study, the greater their reassurance that we are the possessors of a most complex and challenging instrument called the mind.
You can have a seat. You want some water?
What they refer
I'm
to
good, thank you.
is now called the analytical
We've been driving,
mind.
so I'm like,
But describing its behavior does not make the ways of the mind any less baffling. Our knowledge of how it functions continued to be only approximate at best. There were still unknown stimuli and unaccountable factors until the theory of Dianetics was applied. Dianetics is from the word of Greek origin, meaning to revolve in the mind, or of or pertaining to reasoning, especially digressive or cursory reasoning, wherein the mind hops and skips from one thought to another, or from clarity to confusion without apparent cause, and as if under some strange and seemingly uncontrollable compulsion. That obviously was the unknown stumbling block to a fuller understanding of how the mind functions. The stumbling block Dianetics demonstrated after 12 years of experimentation is the fact that we are also the possessors of another mind, a reactive mind, which has far greater force and compulsion upon us than the so-called analytical mind. In fact, when brought into play, the reactive mind can and does overpower the analytical mind. Worse, the reactive mind badgers and bedevils us throughout our entire lifespan. Like the analytical mind, the reactive mind is also a mental function of the brain. It is a kind of primitive function in that it is a vicious and violent survival mechanism in the brains of all living organisms. But the reactive mind does not analyze. It thinks only in terms of identities and similarities, but not in difference, like the analytical mind. It is strictly a literal mind that responds defensively every time something reminds it of a similar painful incident. The animal mentality, being largely reactive, is a good illustration of this. Suppose a deer walked under a tree and a snake dropped down upon it and terrified it, threatened its survival. The terror would cause its meager analytical faculties to become attenuated or partly unconscious, whereupon its strong reactive mind would take over. The impression would be recorded, filed away for future survival use. Thereafter, that tree and all others resembling it would be associated with the snake threat in the deer's mind. Every time the deer saw such a tree, the fearful incident would cause it to shy away on pain of death. For to the reactive mind, pain means death, and pleasure means survival. To civilized human beings, however, the reactive mind has become a leech upon rational behavior. It is the hypothetical cyst which occludes the proper functioning of the analytical mind. It is the root of all our psychosomatic ills, and the barrier which prevents us from attaining the optimum of our thinking abilities and aspirations. It is remarkable what powerful pressures the reactive mind can exert upon the individual in order to make him obey its commands. Even though it is presumably a pro-survival monitor, you must remember that it cannot analyze and know the difference between things. Thus, if a brindle cow kicked you and inflicted pain, while you were getting yourself a case of sunstroke out in the pasture one day, thenceforward, all brindle cows would become hateful creatures to you, and all sunny pastures would restimulate the unconsciousness. You would even re-experience the pain of that kick each time you were restimulated. Of course, it doesn't make sense, but that's the way the reactive mind works. It can't think things out. And yet, by means of Dianetics, we have discovered that hundreds of other psychosomatic ills are imposed upon the human body in exactly that crazy way. What does this reactive mind consist of? It is a kind of storage bank of memory, mostly of unpleasant things done to us from the very first moment of cellular life, but only of those events which happened while we were unconscious or in pain. As such, it differs from our previous understanding of the meaning and uses of memory. Here, it is necessary to define memory as a process of recalling, at will, or in response to appropriate stimuli, impressions previously made on the senses and recorded in the mind. The process of recall is essentially one of perceiving those impressions and understanding them. It is an analytical process. What was not before understood by the mental sciences, but can now be demonstrated by Dianetics, is that yet another file of impressions exists. This other file is one in which impressions are recorded by the reactive mind and held prisoner there until such time as that functional apparatus has occasion to call them into play. In other words, the reactive mind reacts to certain stimuli, but in a manner so incapable of rational explanation, so random and erratic, that it frequently does incalculable harm to the human body and impedes its maximal performance. The main concern of Dianetics is the reactive mind, and that it has far greater compulsion upon us than our so-called analytical mind. The reactive mind records all impressions experienced during moments of unconsciousness.
Feels like this day's never gonna end. Just can't get ahead.
Or of pain, sufficient to lower the perceptive abilities of the analytical mind to a point less than full consciousness.
You need to go inside and lie down for a minute.
Therefore, it is a condition that, before any of these data can affect the individual adversely, it must be activated or keyed in by an occurrence in the life of the individual similar to the one originally recorded.
You need to go inside and lie down for a minute. Dad, are you okay?
Yeah, I need to go inside and lie down for a minute. From then on, the occurrence is capable of being reactivated by every such occurrence of restimulating.
Yeah. You go inside and lie down for a minute. Feels like this day's never gonna end. Can't get ahead. Feels like this day isn't never gonna end. Just can't get ahead of it.
We have said that the reactive mind records with the implication that the data are filed as obtained, without regard for system or original context. Similar results would be obtained were a tape recorder to be placed in operation upon a busy street corner. Auto horns, crashes, whistles, and snatches of conversation would all be found on the tape in replay. No selective mechanism could be devised which would do more than play off that which was recorded. This is the activity of the reactive mind.
You need to go inside and lie down for a minute.
I need to go inside and lie down. Recording and replay in response to a stimulation. Therefore, when any recording in the reactive mind is caused to replay, the individual responds with a literal interpretation of the amount of that particular recording. It will be appreciated that what startling, ludicrous, and even disastrous results may be observed when this non-analytical, strictly literal mind is restimulated. For example, a pregnant woman trips, falls heavily to the floor. Her unborn child is momentarily stunned, unconscious. In her terror and concern, she cries out, "My baby! I have harmed him, given him a terrible setback. He will never be like other children." Even though the child was born without mishaps or disfigurement, yet when in his childhood someone remarks in a manner intended to be complimentary, "He is not like other children," the prenatal incident keys in. And thereafter, he unconsciously seeks to be different, sulking in corners, refusing to join in with other children in their play and various normal activities. This does happen, and can be, and has been demonstrated. Dianetics has evolved a method for recognizing and solving its peculiar problems. The method is known as Dianetic processing. The mode is reverie. The solution is the erasure of those recordings which, when re-stimulated, cause reactive behavior in a human being. The individual whose reactive mind bank no longer contains any unerased incident is known in Dianetic terminology as a clear. The state of reverie is induced by an astonishingly simple process. The pre-clear, an individual who is not yet clear, is asked to make himself comfortable and close his eyes. He is then asked to return to a past moment of pleasure. The moment of pleasure is recounted. His auditor endeavors by adroit questioning to elicit all possible details. This has the effect of acquainting the person with the practicability and process of going back or returning. It also sharpens his powers of recall, and at the same time allays any doubts or misgivings he may experience. He is next asked to go back or return to the first moment of pain or unconsciousness available at the time. What he contacts is called an engram, which is a scientific name for an impression upon the organism. Again, adroit questioning aids him to recall details. Several recountings of the incident serve to remove what may be called the charge on this incident, thus restoring to the analytical mind that vital energy heretofore required to endure or live with the disruptive content. From here, the pre-clear is led by the auditor into further, more deeply embedded incidents, the ultimate aim of which is to contact and erase all such aberrative incidents present in the reactive mind bank. These data in the reactive mind are actually contacted with the aid of the auditor, whose assistance is required for more reasons than can be explained here. It may be surprising, but the data are all there in the reactive mind, recorded and waiting to be contacted, erased, and placed by the auditing process into standard or non-aberrative memory. The process thus releases vital energy needed for the better functioning of the analytical mind. It is obvious then that with every such release, the analytical mind recovers more and more of its original endowed potential for clear and rational thinking. The term clear is aptly chosen. For once cleared, our former pre-clear is, forever after, able to make up his mind in a fraction of the time formerly required. And his decisions will be unbiased by emotion or past disruptive experience. In a word, rational.
Okay. Get it. That was
Did you have any questions?
I'll say that video pretty much summed it up.
Uh-huh. So when you're asking about spiritual technology, when they were sitting down facing each other, doing a Dianetics session, that kind of helps you to, that's the spiritual technology that we're speaking of. But you also have something where we have you hold, what we call these, the cans. So this is an electrocyclometer. And let's just see if it's doesn't look to be charged right now. But what we would do during a dynamic session is have you to hold the cans. So once you hold the cans and you talk about your story or do recall an event, as you talk about pleasurable moments, you'll see the needle kind of rise here. And when you talk about more painful events, you'll see the needle fall. So as you're talking about your traumatic event, you have an auditor that is taking notes and seeing when the needle is spiking towards more painful things, and he'll have you elaborate more on those terms. So you say, well, somebody kicked me. He'll say, oh, kick seems to be your like trigger word. So we're going to talk more about kicking. Can you talk about a earlier incident where you were kicked? And then you'll kind of talk about that more and go back further and further in your memory until you're able to think more logically about, oh, it was just a baby that kicked me or something, you know, there's nothing for me to really be upset about or something like that. So you'll talk about traumatic events, loss, grief, pain, until your needle's kind of floating, balanced, and it's not really being triggered by whatever you want to discuss. So this picks up on the electrical pulses and currents in your body and goes through and triggers all the way through to the E-meter where it reads out.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes.
So whatever I'm feeling, the cans pick up the energy?
Yes.
And the little ticker rise and fall wherever, happy all the way up, sad not so much up. And the instructor or whoever I'm with, they're taking notes and working me through.
Right. Right. Yeah, so this picks up on mental mass density. So where you are having a sort of a resistance in your mind, it picks up on that energy.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought that humans have like a lot of energy as well, like potential energy that we don't even know about as well.
And we also have like, so our headquarters is in Florida, in Clearwater, Florida, and it's called FLAG. And so we have something, service that you can participate in called Superpower. And what it does is it enhances 54 perceptics, which are innate abilities that we have, but it enhances all of those and increases all of your abilities through that program called Superpower. And that's only offered at our headquarters in Flag.
Why only at HQ?
It is kind of a setting where there's a hotel there where you can have housing and participate over a course of an event. We don't have any hotels or housing here.
Okay.
Yeah. And in Los Angeles too. I don't know if you guys have ever been in Hollywood.
I've been there a couple times.
Have you seen our blue building on L. Ron Hubbard
You
Way?
can't miss it.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So he has written he's like one of the most wide renowned authors of our time. He's even written like a doctorate program as well that kind of gives you more instruction about how to free yourself spiritually. So let's learn more about L. Ron Hubbard. So this is our Scientology presentation. We want to learn more about our crosses and symbols. We have a literacy program too. Have you guys ever heard of Clifford the Big Red Dog? Yeah, so Applied Scholastics, that they have a partnership with us as well, and that program through Clifford the Big Red Dog animation programs. We have Scientologists working on that too. Yeah, we have a drug-free world program as well. Human rights campaign. And the International Association for Scientologists, we kind of go worldwide and talk to people. In every Scientology church you go to, you'll see an office dedicated to our founder, L. Ron Hubbard, as a symbol of his consciousness. Yeah. There are only 2 tests of life well lived, L. Ron Hubbard remarked. Did one do as one intended? And were people glad one lived? In testament to the first stands the full body of his life's work, including the more than 5,000 writings and 3,000 tape-recorded lectures of Dianetics and Scientology. In evidence of the second are the hundreds of millions of individuals whose lives have been demonstrably bettered because he lived. As a mark of respect and symbol of our dedication to his ideals and goals as expressed in his writings and lectures, every church of Scientology maintains this office of L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah. So the one in like Inglewood, there's a church on Market Street in Inglewood in California.
I wasn't like that.
Oh yeah, that's where I discovered Scientology there.
You originated from Inglewood?
I'm from South LA.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Born and raised. Yeah. So but I discovered Scientology at the Church of Inglewood. I was there walking down the street complaining about something, and somebody came up to me and said, "Oh, we can help you with that." I'm like, "Really?" And then I went into the church and got on the phone with somebody, and the problem was fixed in the community. Like, they have connections like with police, government officials, government contractors, people that can make a real difference in society.
Right.
Yeah, ministers and other churches as well. So this is somebody who wants to know about volunteer ministers. Who was that? Checked off on their paper. Somebody put something on volunteer ministers. Well, volunteer ministers is also another one of our human rights campaigns. They offer different things that you can learn about communication skills, the emotional tone scale. So if you're like talking to somebody that's angry, there's been a scientific formula of how to
de-escalate them.
Yeah. So we teach that as well through a few of the courses that we teach. So you can have a seat here, and I will show you more about our founder. This is the introduction. So you guys pretty much know how to work these things. This is like the symbols for play and stuff.
A lot of like museums and stuff that have like audio stuff, they have similar like, interfaces.
Okay, all right. So here, I'm gonna push start for you to watch the introduction. I'm gonna give each one of you these. There you go. We'll talk about this after you're done.
He was born Lafayette Ronald Hubbard on March 13, 1911 in Tilden, Nebraska. He spent his formative years in the rough country of Helena, Montana, where he rode barely broken range broncs at the age of 3.5. As his mother was that rare in her time, a thoroughly educated woman, he was also reading well beyond his years, philosophy, science, and the pillars of Western literature, all in an effort to satisfy a rare and abiding curiosity. As his father was a United States naval officer, he was further afforded a then rare opportunity to travel, crisscrossing America's diverse communities in the teens of the 20th century. At the age of 12, he entered the Boy Scouts, first leading his troop to victory in a regional scout advancement competition, then representing scouting to United States President Calvin Coolidge. But it was his 21 merit badges that most distinguished L. Ron Hubbard at this juncture of his life. For just days beyond his 13th birthday, he became the youngest Eagle Scout in American history. It was another distinction entirely, however, that set him on the first leg of his life's course. Specifically, when an American naval officer who had studied under Sigmund Freud introduced young L. Ron Hubbard to the theories of psychoanalysis. Although left with many unanswered questions, here was the moment when his enduring interest in unraveling the mysteries of the human mind was born. His father's naval career provided the next avenue of inquiry, in particular, a Far East assignment allowing the 16-year-old L. Ron Hubbard a chance to visit Asia. It was land still steeped in mystery and rarely seen by Westerners, yet pursuing very fundamental questions on the origins of man and the ultimate source of life. He trekked more than 250,000 miles through India, China, Japan, and the Philippines, into many remote cultures and much arcane wisdom, including Vedic hymns at the root of mankind's oldest beliefs. It was also through these travels he gained access to forbidden Buddhist monasteries in China's western hills, and there witnessed wonders beyond any known scientific explanation.
Maybe after Catholicism, Scientology.
Shortly after his return to the United States in 1929, he entered George Washington University as an engineering student. It was a rigorous curriculum of scientific methodology, the very tools he needed to examine human thinking with unerring accuracy. Here, too, was one of America's earliest classes on nuclear physics, through which he embarked on yet another investigatory trail. This one to isolate a postulated life source, theoretically detectable in small energy particles. Yet laboratory experimentation was by no means all that occupied his university days. Beginning in June of 1932, he organized the first of several expeditions to remote and primitive lands. Initially, a 5,000-mile voyage into
excuse me. Do you have like water bottles?
I'll get you some water. I'll
Thank
be
you,
back.
thank you. Little bit thirsty, you know.
Everybody or just you?
You know, just bring for everybody just in case.
Okay, will do.
Thank you. Acha, acha.
Heralded by newspapers as Flash Hubbard for his aerial antics.
I know that
Sensation of
nickname.
powered flight across rural America.
Well, it's his.
He makes
I
this
know.
still another slice of society.
I know who this guy is.
Then leaving university in the depths of the Great Depression, he began his career as a professional author, turning his true-to-life exploits into high-action tales for magazines of the day. Tales of adventure, tales of intrigue, science fiction, fantasies, westerns, and even the occasional romance. As an undisputed legend of American fiction, L. Ron Hubbard wrote it all. Indeed, with more than 300 novels and novelettes to his credit, so prodigious was his output, he was eventually authoring stories under 15 pen names, and so filling whole magazines with his work. He was also scripting matinee blockbusters for Hollywood, and otherwise leaving an indelible stamp as an author whose career will span 50 years. Then, just as exploits fueled story ideas, so his stories funded still more exploration, until he was regularly confronted the country to live extreme adventures and mix with people as far afield as Native American tribes along the Alaskan Panhandle. In recognition of discoveries in the field, he was further honored with a place in the prestigious and invitation-only Explorers Club, and so many other captain expeditions in the three-strong flag.
Trash can, yes. Oh, Achiwabai, thank you, thank you.
As he had since earned a rare Master Mariner's license to captain any vessel in any ocean, he received numerous recommendations for commission as a naval officer. In particular, he was described discreet, loyal, honest, and without fear in the art of getting things done. So it was, Lieutenant L. Ron Hubbard commanded warships in both the Atlantic and Pacific. He was highly decorated for duties under fire, and ended his service in a military hospital where he was treated for wounds suffered in combat. But that's also where he embarked on his final road of discovery. Working with injured servicemen who had failed to recover despite intensive medical care, he began employing all he had learned through the previous decades. Spiritual principles from the East, as well as scientific methodologies from the West.
Well, no shit.
What he then discovered were mental factors inhibiting recovery and preventing medicines from taking effect. And when in fact those mental blocks were addressed, the medicine began to work, and patients swiftly returned to health. He then continued refining procedures on people from all walks of life, actors and writers in Hollywood's film community, street gang members whom he treated as a special officer with the LAPD, even deeply troubled patients at a Georgia institution. And so it was, having developed a workable technology of the mind, he authored a definitive text on the subject, a work detailing all underlying theory, discoveries, and techniques. That book was Dianetics, the modern science of mental health, published on May 9, 1950. It sparked a storm of popular enthusiasm and wrote bestseller lists over 102 place. As such, it was the biggest selling book on the mind ever written, and remains so today. Contained within was the discovery of the reactive mind, the hidden source of nightmares, unreasonable fears, upsets, and insecurity. Yet L. Ron Hubbard never considered Dianetics an end to his research, but rather a stepping stone to the discovery and isolation of that long elusive life source. And indeed, the techniques of Dianetics provided the means by which practitioners soon began discovering past lives. Pressing application and research even further came the accomplishment of what is known as exteriorization, demonstrating the spirit was indeed separable from the body and mind. The Scientology religion was born. Thereafter, L. Ron Hubbard delved ever deeper into the spiritual nature of man, documenting his discoveries in thousands of recorded lectures, articles, and books. While to present those discoveries, he literally circumnavigated the globe, and so churches of Scientology opened on 4 continents, headquartered at his long-term residence in southern England. Through ensuing years, L. Ron Hubbard continued advancing the subject until his passing in 1986. His legacy comprises tens of millions of published words and 3,000 recorded lectures. While with over 300 million copies of his books and lectures in circulation, he has inspired a movement spanning all continents and all cultures. So to those who would ask, what kind of man could have founded the only major religion of the 20th century? The answer is simple enough. A man who lived life from the top down and the bottom up. A man who had seen much wisdom and great suffering. A man who spent a quarter of a century bridging the gap between East and West, science and religion. A man such as L. Ron Hubbard.
We're supposed to play a different video, right?
Huh?
Are we supposed to play a different video?
Oh, no, that was doing. Does it work? Oh, man. That's all fall asleep. I want to see. This is the one I was telling you.
The Supreme. That is pink.
I want to know how to do that. No, you can become God. It literally says right here. That's 8.
Interesting.
Use the pad to complete transactions.
Okay,
Is it possible to be
wow.
We're still recording 45
This is
minutes.
what we're talking about.
Let's go to that one. Let's go to the house. No, like I'm saying like in person. Yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
Interesting. When you're able to do it.
I don't know. I want to go to the monitor so that's what's left. That's not what better be a torture?
It's more than nice. Trying to get the camera to have all of it. will not agree to brutally and murder under the guise of mental healing.
What's considered under the guise?
Exactly, what's considered mental healing. So you're going to agree to murder if it's towards mental health. But if it's not towards mental health,
Then what?
then what?
Jeez, they're trying to cook his in here. Where?
At LA?
What is that, China?
Huh. You should have shown it.
No, what I'm trying to say. Wait, is it like a place at the college or is it like a part of the college? No, I think it's just its own college. Yeah, the phone website. Fair enough.
Making a killing. What is that?
What did you have a college today? The other one?
They have their own insurance.
I wonder if they believe in select suicide. I don't know. Oh yeah. Hey, take your pick. Oh yeah. I had to take these off because I forgot I had them on.
You still have that one?
Hmm?
I thought you still had that.
No, do not. Do we just go back on? What do we do? Last time we were just here. Yeah. It was drawn.
It's a cozy spot, honestly. I can show you.
I wonder what the normal people start doing on the Saturday then? You just go back. Ask her if we can become God. Because I like to say that.
My friends and I, we had a question with one of your. So we watched the video of the one that settled down that, and then we were looking around and looking at it. So we had a question with the dynamics of existence, and we understand self, right? You heal yourself, right? And you become one with self, correct or no? Or
So the dynamics of existence,
Yes.
life is subdivided into 8 dynamics, meaning the urge or drive or impulse. So each one can be inspected, understood, and harmonized with all others to increase survival. So this is yourself for
Yes.
yourself to survive.
okay.
So
good,
it's for
good.
you to do what it takes
To
for
survive.
you to survive as an individual, as oneself.
And then this is to survive as family.
Yes.
Yes, and then with community or group
Right.
to preserve, and then this is for all of humanity.
Right.
Yeah. And then life forms, all living things, and then physical universe. We were more or less questioning about these last 3. So physical universe, how do we, I guess, protect or I'm trying to think of word, but it's difficult. But I guess like maintain or preserve. How do we preserve the universe?
So this physical universe stands, we call it MEST.
Okay.
MEST stands for matter, energy, space, and time.
Okay.
So you're doing what it takes for your matter to survive, whatever you create, your home, your car, your clothes,
Yes.
your physical things that
Yes,
are,
like
your
this
shirt,
stuff, like
your
book or
pants,
a water bottle.
your glasses.
Glasses, yes, they sing that. Yeah.
That's
So that's the mass of what was acronym? It was like
MEST.
MEST. That's okay. Acronym. Okay.
In matter, energy,
Energy.
space, and time.
So energy is this like soul, like a spiritual energy, or like electrons, power, energy, or
all of that
okay.
depends
Okay.
on how you're applying it.
Okay.
Yeah. So energy is kind of like energy in motion. It's your emotions.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and it's electrons, it's atoms, it's electrons, it's everything. It's all what creates energy or creates change.
Okay. Yes, and next step after E is S. S is
Space.
space. Okay, and that is like space between you and me, or spaces in planet space, like that. That's both correct. Okay.
At time.
And then time, like straight line, like timeline. Okay.
Like what is it doing for you to preserve your own time?
Okay.
Your personal time. How
Yeah,
productive
like,
you are
yes,
with
yes,
your
yes.
time.
Like I say, oh, this my not timeline, but what's the word? You build schedule. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. You build schedule, and you say, oh no, sorry, I can't fit you in here. Can I fit you in either here or tomorrow? Yeah, that's time. Yes. Okay. And then with
Seventh dynamic is spiritual. What does that?
Your spirit or your soul.
Oh, okay. So that is soul, and what do we do? Do we like preserve, make it clean?
Well, think about music.
Uh-huh.
There's certain music that you listen to that
Yes.
can make you feel a certain kind of way.
Yes.
You can listen to music that makes you feel calm.
Mellow, calm, relaxed. Other music, you bouncing off walls or whatnot. Yeah.
That is a part of your spirit too.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
spirit like a will almost.
Well, here we go. Parts of man is what we call spirit is your thetan. Your mind, body, and spirit, your thetan.
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 Oh, okay.
That is your spirit.
And this is okay. So this is spirit within people. Okay. And then so we have mind, body. So mind is thought process. Body is physical self. Spirit is thetan within.
Yes.
Okay.
So it says man is divisible into three parts. The first is the spirit, called the thetan, from the Greek letter theta, which meaning thought or spirit. The thetan is the individual himself. He is a spiritual being.
Oh. So because we have the spirit within us, we are spiritual being.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
So your thoughts create your spirit, your energy. Like they call alcohol spirits because it causes people
influence,
behavior, your thoughts, and your ideas, and
alters mind and vision, perception.
So that's your spirit.
Okay.
The second is the mind, used to resolve problems related to survival, and the third is the body. So
Okay.
there's a video here too that talks about the dynamics.
Okay.
Is it possible to be happy? Honest people have rights. The 8 dynamics right here.
Okay.
And that tells you what auditing is like when you hold the cans.
So this is these 8, and they explain all 8. Oh, okay.
Like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every living thing has one single goal in common: survival. You are trying to achieve the highest level of survival possible for as long as possible. As one looks out across the confusion which is life to most people, you will find that life can actually be subdivided into 8 parts, or 8 urges towards survival. In Scientology, these are called the dynamics. The first dynamic can be called the self-dynamic. This is the effort to survive as an individual, to be an individual. It includes one's own body and one's own mind. It is the effort to attain the highest level of survival for the longest possible time for self. The second dynamic can be called the sex dynamic. This dynamic actually has 2 divisions. It is the urge towards survival through 1, the sexual act itself, and 2, through the family unit, including the care and raising of children. The third dynamic can be called the group dynamic. This is the urge to survive through a group of individuals, or as a group. The fourth dynamic can be called the mankind dynamic. This is the urge towards survival through all mankind and as all mankind. The fifth dynamic is life forms. This is the urge to survive as life forms and with the help of all life forms. It is the effort to survive for any and every form of life. It is the interest in life as such. The sixth dynamic is the physical universe, or MEST. MEST stands for matter, energy, space, and time, which are the component parts of the physical universe. It is the urge to survive as the physical universe, and with the help of the physical universe, and each one of its component parts. The seventh dynamic is the spiritual dynamic. It is the urge to survive as spiritual beings, or the urge for life itself to survive. The eighth dynamic is the urge toward existence as infinity. The eighth dynamic is commonly supposed to be a supreme being or creator. Correctly defined as infinity, it actually embraces the allness of all. It is represented here by the symbol for infinity. The dynamics could best be represented as a series of concentric circles, wherein the first dynamic would be the center, and each new dynamic would be successively a circle outside it. The basic characteristic of the individual includes his ability to expand into the other dynamics. But only when the seventh dynamic, the spiritual dynamic, is reached in its entirety, will one discover the true eighth dynamic, the creator. A person is at his best and is happiest when he is surviving well in every area of his life. Scientology is for use and has workable technology for you to increase your survival across all dynamics.
And that's a book that we sell, The Fundamental of Thought, that gives more information about that.
So when they say like supreme being, like how it shows there, it's like top of food chain, like top of top, yeah, like top of all.
God.
Yeah, like God, or something along those lines.
The creator that creates everything.
So we become God, or we with God, or because I know Lithuanians at least we're Catholic, so you know we pray to God, we pray to Jesus, the saints, and all that, and so that's why I'm like, okay, so it's the supreme being is God, and we become God, or we just are one with God. We are aligned with God. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes yes.
So all of it builds an alignment, essentially.
Yes.
So you become aligned with yourself, your family, your community, mankind.
Yes.
All of the life forms, your pets, your home, your car, your community, your church, and God, the supreme being, the creator that creates all.
Yes.
The source of why.
Taisinga, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is for you.
Oh, okay.
So that if you flip it over, there's a QR code here, and you put your phone there, and you'll be able to download to our television network.
Oh, download free Scientology network. Oh, okay. And then what's this?
We're on Apple TV, we're on Amazon, Roku. These are
devices that you can use in addition to TV in order to see.
Okay.
Like I have an iPhone, so I have the app.
Oh, okay. So
On
these two are app on phone. These three are like TV.
Yeah, like a Fire Stick that you can plug into your TV, like a Roku.
Okay.
Roku is like one of those like a flash drive kind of.
Okay. Yeah, and you plug into TV, and then it says, "Oh, hello, I'm whatever." Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And what's
That's a
these?
cable television.
Oh.
So that's something you pay for to come through your TV, Direct TV, and AT&T Uverse. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So you have your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. This is for you too. This is a curious card. On the back, it shows you how to watch us online and where you can find us on cable. There you go. You're welcome. You can scan it, and it'll take you to our site. So, did you have any questions about L. Ron Hubbard, or?
No, I think they just covered it pretty well, honestly.
Okay. Well, this is our magazine.
Ooh.
Here's the magazine. It shows you what's the difference between us and other religions. Basically talks about how we have auditing, and that's what kind of separates us, because through the electrical charge and mental mass resistance, we're able to pick up on things you're not willing to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you get audited, all of that is confidential. You know, it's not shared
like
with everybody.
doctor. Like a doctor or
a chaplain.
Yeah.
Like when you Catholic and you go talk to, who's that person you talk to?
Priest.
Yeah.
Sometimes bishop if he comes from the alphabet, so you know.
Yes. So that's when you do have auditing, it's all confidential. Yeah.
Well, so what does Scientology say about like, when it comes to like sins?
Sins. I'll show you. Here we go. So, in this book, it's called The Way to Happiness. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you go. This is for you. This is for you. And this is for you.
Well, I could take this one. Okay. Thanks.
So, are you in tune with the 10 Commandments? Okay.
For the most part.
All of the 10 Commandments are within our 21 precepts. So one of the 10 Commandments is thou shalt not kill. You heard that one before? Yeah. So we have it as the 8th precept, which says do not murder. So you have everything, all of the 10 do not steal. Be worthy of trust. We have many things in here that complement the 10 Commandments. So here, let's say, take care of yourself, be temperate. Don't be. The 8th one is do not murder. Here we go. Right? So do not murder says most races from the most ancient times to present have prohibited murder and punished it heavily. Sometimes this has been brought in to say thou shalt not kill, when later translation for the same work has found it to read thou shalt not murder. There is a considerable difference between these two words, kill and murder. The prohibition against all killing would rule out self-defense. It would tend to make it illegal to handle a serpent coiling to strike the baby. It would put a race on a diet of vegetables. I am sure you can see many illustrations of the difficulties raised by a prohibition against all killing. So murder is another thing entirely. By definition, it means the unlawful killing of one or more human beings by another, especially with malice or aforethought. One can easily see that in this age of violent weaponry, murder would be all too easy. One could not exist in society where oneself or one's family or friends were at the mercy of some who went about casually taking lives. Murder justly bears the highest priority in social prevention and retaliation. The stupid, the evil, and the insane seek to solve their real or imagined problems with murder, and they have been known to do it for no reason at all. Well, that is what covers sin, the way to happiness. That word in that campaign. Yeah.
That's because I guess I sort of struggle with malice. Like I think some people should die because of what they've done or whatever.
Do you believe in rehabilitation?
Some people cannot redeem themselves.
Okay. With time and attention and patience and the ability to think rationally and analytically, you think they could be?
There's a chance, but it's pretty slim, I guess.
If they're capable of thinking rationally, they can be. Like someone who has been, one of the things that we do is we are against psychiatric abuse. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are for shock therapy to try to get people to behave better. Yeah.
The shock therapy can be used on women a lot and opposite people.
Yeah. Yeah, so we are totally against shock therapy. That would be something that would be considered abuse. So this is our Citizens Commission for Human Rights, and it talks about how there's a therapy or torture through electric shock. There's a documentary about it. Mm-hmm. And there's an Industry of Death documentary about it. Making a Killing is about putting people on prescription drugs, which essentially robs them of all emotion, and it doesn't help them think better about their condition.
Yeah, it's a pretty, psychology is a pretty lovely field in for all this stuff.
Yeah, well, I prefer psychology versus psychiatrist.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not. People assume one for a psychiatrist. I'm like, no, I'm not putting medicine.
Right, I'm not a dope dealer.
No. No. I'm like
Yeah. So we have a.
It's psychotherapy.
Yeah.
It's like more of a kind of manage yourself without requiring a medication.
Like cognitive behavior therapy. Yeah. So this is a psychiatry and Industry of Death. But when you download the app, you can see this documentary through our television station. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, so this book is like where it tells me the verses or whatever?
The verses for the Bible, or
like, is this your version of the Bible?
This is our version of the Bible. It's inclusive of the best of all faiths. Yeah.
And so, what does it say about lust as well?
Well, we can look at it on that display.
It says don't be promiscuous.
Yeah. Which is like don't go out and have sex repeatedly.
Yeah. Have multiple partners. You never know. Somebody's not being honest with you. Till you wind up at the doctor. Yeah. So that's that, and we have free pamphlets about psychiatric drugs, antidepressants, mood stabilizer, the
I know all about that stuff.
And this is our Drug-Free World campaign. We have booklets that we hand out that give the truth about drugs. So in here, booklets about marijuana, alcohol, ecstasy, cocaine, crack, crystal meth, inhalants, heroin, LSD, prescription drugs, painkillers, Ritalin abuse, and synthetic drugs.
Is there any psychedelics?
Wouldn't that be considered synthetics? Synthetics?
I believe so.
Yeah. So that one would be this one.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I have a friend. He's really into psychedelics.
Mind
And-
altering things.
Yeah, and he actually has made DMT in his bedroom before.
I don't know. What's DMT?
I have no idea, but I just know it's this type of drug.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
As long as he's not driving on that stuff. How would I
He has like 2 DUIs.
yeah, it gets expensive. It gets very expensive. If he's got money to waste, borrow some money. So you can take that and give it to him.
Okay.
You can learn more about that. And if you guys, those are free. If you want to take those, it's fine. And there's a college in LA called the Hubbard Administration. Hubbard College of Administration. It's in Los Angeles. So it's under the Wise Institute of Scientology. It's a worldwide membership organization comprised of individuals, consultants who revive whole industries with Hubbard administrative tech. So if you're a business and you're looking to expand, we have the technology to help you do that. Yeah. So through statistics and analyzing and charting, we know how to identify trends that would help you expand and what's inhibiting you.
Is it always effective?
Yeah. That's one thing we have is 100% certainty.
Oh wow.
As we get to the correct why your numbers are dwindling, or the correct why on where the problems exist.
I see.
And we help you to expand.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so you guys have the, you know how to get in touch with us. You've seen our network there. And before you go, I wanted to tell you about our personality. Like being in school again.
Oh, here I thought I left school, now I'm back in it. There's no escape.
Life is a school.
Life is strange.
They sing, guys.
So with the personality test that we give, that you have in front of you, it's 200 questions, and you either answer yes or no to it, or maybe. What it measures is your stability versus your instability, your happiness versus your depression, your composure versus being nervous or anxious, your certainty versus your uncertainty, your activeness versus being inactive, your aggression versus being inhibited. So these courses you can get done in 6 hours, a couple hours a day. This one is a Creating a Successful Marriage course. We have had a lot of couples come in the past year who take this course before they get married. And it's 3 series courses. This is just the first of them. Creating a Successful Marriage, Maintaining a Successful Marriage, and Salvaging a Marriage. So when people are on the verge of divorce, they come in and take Salvaging a Marriage course, and it helps them stay together. This course here, Personal Values and Integrity, this one shows you what you truly value. Like, I know everybody's got integrity and things that they value, but this kind of helps identify them and helps you kind of put the words to what your values are. This one here is how to improve relationships with others. So if you're looking to be charismatic man with the ladies. This one would help. And this one, Scientology tools to organize for success. If you're looking just to have more success in life, you can take this course. Yeah. So each of these courses would only take you about 6 hours to complete. And it's all based on the freedom of your own will and time to get in to here and complete them. And these courses are $50 each. Yeah, so it's very reasonable to make a lifetime.
Yeah, cheaper than some classes I took. That's
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're interested, the books are here. If you have time to take the personality test, I could put your answers in the computer and we can print out. I could print out a chart for you and we can go over what your scores are.
It's all up to a driver. Driver is, in charge of roads and everything.
Do you have somewhere to be?
I don't know. That's up to you, my friend.
No, bro, I'm really
Okay, so it sounds like you got the time.
All right, yeah.
So I'll be sitting out here. Just bring me your test when you're done.
All right.
Okay, you're welcome.
You paused when I sat down, and I immediately went back to finish like the first time. So, we're still good, we're still playing. It's an hour 23. Yeah, it's been an hour 23. Who really just said, come to my house tomorrow night for steak?
Wait, who?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to come over too.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to answer it.
Bro, look at all this. They want us to answer all these questions, and this isn't even it. There's all of this too.
In general, a lot of these questions,
Look
like
at
yes,
that.
maybe it's like, well, I mean, it depends on the situation.
Alright, pick one and I'll give you a context.
Look at all that, sweet Jesus. Well, I'll be back when it's done.
She's actually gonna finish this. I'm not gonna take it. You can even try.
No, I've already done this.
Nice going on this tour.
Okay, very good. Did you get a chance to finish?
I think one of us. Yeah, he's the one.
Okay.
But I know that we can't stay for long anymore, so
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to, oh, you did. You
I finished. See? I'm a good student. Yeah.
Yes, very good student. Thank you. Well, if you want to call me, and I can, or
You
come back.
have my email, right? Should be like LLB or at gmail.com. Yeah. You
How
can.
old are you?
I'm 25.
You're 25.
Yes, from Lietuva.
From
Lietuva, Lithuania. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I will put this with yours.
Yes.
And I think on the back of there is my phone number.
The 602-954-1417?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then
that's me.
yes. Okay.
Okay. All right. So call, and I'll let you know how your printout came. Are you guys staying in Arizona for a while?
No, we'll be back to.
We have 2 days. I mean, 1 day. This day. Tomorrow we're leaving pretty much.
Yeah, tomorrow's last day.
Okay. Well, if you have time to come back and
Yes.
see it, and
Well.
we can find out who this guy really is. Eh?
Yeah. Ooh.
Nice meeting you all.
I am not spy, I swear.
Yes, for sure. Nice meeting you too. Yes.
Nice meeting.
Nice meeting you as
yes.
well.
Y'all recycle?
Give me some.
Everybody
here. Yeah, we won't be here.
Yeah, we won't be here. We won't be back.
Yeah, they're gonna be here. Yeah. But you can sign up online and take courses online too.
Okay.
All right.
Great. Okay, sweet. Achu. Thank you.
Okay, call me tomorrow.
Yes, I will.
Okay. All right, you guys.
Have a good day. Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye. You too.
So a tuxedo man is like with that.
That was awful. Aurora, or should I say Anita? What do you think?
I don't even know.
You don't even know.
I tuned out like half of
You
it.
tuned out.
Cause like I could turn off I could just turn off my brain. And, like,
Oh my god, that was funny. That was funny. Chris, what did you think about it? Or should I say Mike Litteris? What did you think about it?
What I said is not true, okay?
I figured as much. What he said is not what he believes. Steve or Jesus Condom? What did you think about it?
This is the most expensive therapy I've ever had in my life.
Facts. All right. Well, off to the Mormon church. Woo-hoo!